Hello everybody, this is Chip Walton. I wanted to give you a little update on the Clemifornia Commontine. There's some Christmas tree needles on my bucket. Pretty funny. So, let's see, I brewed this on Wednesday, January... can't remember, but the Wednesday before the weekend of the 16th. I should really check that. Hold on. Okay, after consulting with the calendar, it was Wednesday, January 12th. It is now Saturday, January 15th. It took a while for this beer to even get going because it was way too cold. It was about 54 when I pitched that yeast because that water is so cold coming out of the main right now in Minnesota. So it took about I don't know, maybe an extra 12 to 20 hours than I would be comfortable with, but now it's going along pretty happily. So I'm glugging about every 4 to 5 seconds. So I'm going to crack this thing open and show you what it looks like inside. Alright, here's a look under the hood. Check it out. You can see like pieces of these clementines floating at the top, which I'm not really sure if that's, you know, losing some flavor potential. I might take a sanitized spoon and rouse this up. I'm not really sure. Obviously first time I've done anything like that. So I don't know what to do, but either way it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty different than your normal Trube. I mean Kreuzen for sure. So I'm just going to let it keep doing its damn thing and hope that everything works out okay. I guess that's about all I can say. Alright, take care. This is a photo from the next week, a couple days later, Tuesday the 18th, I believe. This is the night I racked Clemifornia Commontine to the secondary. You can see the wedges of the clementines have all floated to the top, despite my thinking during the episode. Someone on the BTV Facebook actually commented that this looks like brains. Thankfully, it smelled better than that and eventually tasted better than that. To take a sample for a gravity reading, I put my thief into one of the gaps that you see here forming between the wedges and pulled out enough for a sample. The gravity actually got down to about 10,008 in the primary fermentation and has since dropped even lower to about 1.003 in secondary. The color was a nice bright orangish kind of straw color. Light shines through it really nicely, very much like sunshine. And then here you see the Clemifornia Commontine on the left in a small little snifter with a sample of my red-headed Wookiee American barley wine on the right. And you can see how much lighter, obviously, in color the Clemifornia is. It's, again, a nice orangish straw yellow. Very pretty. So down into the beer room we go. We have 2 carboys. This is the Clemifornia Commontine on the left in the 6.5 carboy. I'm not too worried about that headspace because it won't be in there too long. The red-headed Wookiee is on the right in a much tighter fitting carboy because it's going to be in there for about 3 months. The foam you see on top is Star San. If you're new to Star San, you should learn to be its friend and it will be your friend. You can rack right on top of that foam. Sorry, that's my dog's collar in the background. But you can rack right on top of that foam. Do not fear the foam. Before transferring the Clemifornia Commontine into that siphon, I used the sanitized spoon to scoop all of the clementine chunks off the top of the beer and into an old pot. Be careful to not actually touch the spoon to the pot. If you do, re-sanitize that spoon and then continue. Here we have a close-up of what I'm calling the crunk juice. I actually tasted a couple of these used wedges, and they had a lot of clementine juice and flavor to them, so I don't know if I should have left them longer in the beer in order for the beer to absorb more of that flavor, but Brewing TV was about to leave for California, and I didn't want to run the risk of leaving it in too long, so I may have jumped the gun. But I think I'm going to dry zest this in secondary on recommendations from Janice Gross with the Brewers Association and AHA, and she said that that will kind of make that aroma stand out much more than it would with the processes I did. So the last component of this update will be some quick tasting notes. This is my wife Elsa. Say hey.
Hey.
And me. We're taking a sample out of secondary fermenter just to give you guys an idea of what it's kind of tasting like. So let's wrap. How's it smell, Elsa?
Smells good.
To me, it smells kind of like orange.
It smells like apricots.
Apricots? Yeah, dried apricots almost. Not so much like the orange rind, but just like orange, like your hands after eating orange slices.
It's good. It's really bright.
Yeah. Bright's a good word. Definitely tastes like summertime. The color, even out of the secondary fermenter, it's pretty clear. It's really cold in my beer room, so it's dropping out nicely. It's kind of just a dense orange. Hey, Charlie. I like this. It's pretty crisp. It's juicy, but still crisp. I mean, it dries out really quick.
Tastes like an orange gumdrop.
Oh yeah, like a dot, or a juji fruit almost.
Yeah.
I like this. I can't wait to taste it fully carbonated. I mean, like I said, it's actually got some carbonation to it. I don't know if that's an effect of the acids, you know, kind of working, but there's bubbles in there and everything. It's really drinkable at this moment.
Yeah, it tastes kind of carbonated already.
Yeah. So if you're looking for something to brighten your spirits, you've only got a couple weeks left of Clementine specifically being in season, but given that style, the malt bill, it's nothing too eccentric. So I really think, you know, oranges in the summertime or blood oranges in the fall, or anything, even grapefruits would probably work pretty good with this. Bye.
Bye.
All for brew.
Brew for all.